Too much comfort in our lives is not good for us, neither when we're young nor when we get older. Now, this is a topic close to my heart because I have seen it time and again, where people who once used to challenge themselves, really putting their whole heart and soul into all sorts of projects and activities, and who had a real zest for life, slowly start to settle. Now, we have a tendency to stop stretching ourselves and fall into comfort, and this can increase as we get older and as life becomes less structured. So how can we tell when people have gotten too comfortable? What are the clear signs? I'll share 6 signs with you today, although there may be more.
The first sign is living in the past. Have you ever been to a social event where an older person speaks most passionately about things that happened about 20, 30 or even 40 years ago? Often before they met their life partner, if they have one, or during the early stages of building a family when the kids were small, because that was a time full of novelty and growth for them. But they don't speak much at all about recent years, probably because nothing significant happened since that time. So when someone exclusively shares memories from the past, that's often a clear sign that they've gotten a bit too comfortable. And maybe there isn't much happening now that feels worthy of sharing. Now let that sink in.
Sign number 2, avoiding new experiences. When something exciting comes up, a trip, a new hobby, a friend may ask to join their yoga classes, for example, we quickly hesitate and find reasons to say no. It may be too much to organize, flights, train tickets, hotels, or simply labeling it all as too much hassle. Even if the alternative is just more of the same. And that is the irony. So we would rather stick to the familiar even when it no longer brings us joy. The third sign is when we feel something is missing. There's often a quiet sense of emptiness. Activities we used to enjoy or perhaps even be proud of now feel dull, repetitive, or like obligations, and we act defensively. For example, if we enjoyed cultivating a lovely garden and took pride in it, we may now reject the idea, asking, what's the point? It's too much work. So there is a sense of emptiness and resentment in life. The fourth sign is low mood or often feeling irritable for no apparent reason. So this is when we may feel emotionally flat, drained, or just even mildly depressed, going through the day not feeling much joy at all. Or we may snap at other people over small things, or simply just struggle to feel genuinely excited or inspired about just anything. The fifth sign is relying on coping mechanisms, and that can be quite a dangerous trap. So some people turn to substances like alcohol, just having that glass of wine a little bit earlier in the day to lift your mood. Or others may refer to smoking, or simply zone out in low-effort, mindless activities, like passively watching television and drifting off. And of course, the danger is that these habits become part of the routine and part of the comfort, but they are a vicious cycle. They don't really provide what people are looking for, which is excitement in their lives. And the sixth sign is when we stopped dreaming. So this is when we're asked what we would do if we had unlimited time or money, and we wouldn't know, we wouldn't have an answer. And this is something I've often seen, especially in older couples or older people. One person might suggest something simple like going to the theater, and the other snaps back and says, no, thank you. But when you ask them what they would rather do instead, there is no answer. Maybe just, let's stay at home and watch that film tonight. And that is also a clear sign that they've stopped imagining a different kind of life altogether. It's like they've given up. So these are the 6 signs that people have become comfortable and almost reached a point where they are now trapped in their comfort zone, finding it really hard to escape. Now here's the good news. It doesn't take big changes to turn things round and bring some joy back into our life. It's about adding a few sparks, small things that bring the freshness, the energy and the novelty back. It could be saying yes to that trip that you've been putting off, or trying a class in something you've never done before. Or another nice thing is starting so-called Adventure Sundays, where you may explore a new cafe in your local village each week, or a new park or a new recipe each week. Others might enjoy something that gives purpose, like mentoring someone or volunteering. And if you're really not sure what you would enjoy doing, a good place to start is thinking back to your childhood. As children, we naturally did what brought us joy before life got busy and pulled us in other directions. So reflect on the things you loved doing back then. Was it painting, music, playing an instrument, building things? Maybe it's time to bring a bit of that back to spice up life. So I hope this shows that seeking discomfort isn't about chasing hardship. It's about staying curious and staying open, especially in old age where people tend to gravitate more towards comfort, although it is often the discomfort that keeps us feeling alive and contributes to our well-being. So what do you think? Have you noticed any signs of being a bit too comfortable recently? And importantly, what have you done to bring some excitement back into your life? Feel free to share down in the comments. I'd love to hear. And if you've enjoyed the video, do click the like and subscribe buttons to keep tuned into the conversations on aging well. Thank you for listening, and goodbye for now.